13 years, so tremendously experienced in that art. He is a year older than Sunoto, and they're pretty similar in terms of height.
But when we look at their strengths, we can see the striking edge and a slight grappling edge are gonna go to Edward Kelly.
Ladies and gentlemen, and fight fans from all around the world, welcome to the most exciting global MMA event, One Championship, live from the Philippines and broadcast to over 1 billion people in 118 countries around the world. It is One Championship, Age of Domination. So let's get ready for a night of non-stop MMA action. And now, this fight is 3 rounds of 5 minutes in the One Championship featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is the WKF Indonesia champion, standing at 175 centimeters tall, holding a professional MMA record of 5 wins and 2 losses. Representing Team Terminator and fighting out of Jakarta, Indonesia. Put your hands together for the Terminator, Sunoto. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, standing at 174 centimeters tall, holding a professional MMA record of 8 wins and 3 losses. Representing Team Lakay and fighting out of Baguio City, Philippines, he is Edward the Ferocious Kelly. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Mr. Yuji Shimada.
Okay, 1 minute, 3 rounds, no gloves, no blowing, no defense, 3 fights, okay? Touch gloves.
We're live from the Mall of Asia Arena in Manila, beaming to 118 countries around the world. What a great opportunity for these 2 fighters to stamp some authority on their careers. Kelly in the red shorts, Sunoto of Indonesia in the black. He's got a good, strong build, hasn't he, Sunoto? That wide stance, not nearly as busy in terms of his movement and his twitchiness as Edward Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly is definitely the more experienced fighter, but Sunoto's got some fights under his belt as well. But just the striking, just the way that how elegant Kelly moves and how relaxed he is out there.
Is there no end of seamless transition between punch and kicks from these Team Lakay fighters? Good, solid coming together there.
Look at that base, that just very easily. Sunoto went in, got the double underhooks, and Kelly was just able to float up on top.
It's great use of his body weight, wasn't it?
Again, just like that, he's able to, he's got to be careful though. Sunoto's working his way around to the back. Sunoto's almost got a hook in. Looks like Kelly's got possibly a Kimura grip there. Hard to look at from this position, or a version of one.
Sunoto is a jiu-jitsu and sanda specialist.
Looks like he's trying for an armbar, possibly. Looks like it. Hard to get it from that angle, though. He's got it
very tough from that angle, I think.
If he does, that would be some of the most impressive arm strength I have ever seen in mixed martial arts. Sunoto's still trying to work his way around to the back. Kelly's got to be careful. He's trying for that unorthodox armbar. So he's got to be careful he doesn't give up his back fully to Sunoto, and Sunoto's got the hooks in now.
Probably does have enough space there to push that arm to its extension, because there's a long way to go in King Ag's left arm. Yeah, but he's got to roll over to his left, doesn't he? Yeah, the angle's all wrong.
It's impossible to count. I mean, it's not impossible. It's theoretically possible, but it just doesn't sound very logical. And now the elbow's out, so now he's just kind of threatening the,
on the forearm. Yeah,
there.
Okay.
Lets that go, and now Sunoto's got the body triangle in, and now he's working his way into a rear naked choke. So Kelly's got to keep his right hand there, pinning that right arm of Sunoto down.
We have seen one-armed rear naked chokes very recently, but probably won't see it here in any case. Kelly's chin is nice and low, but he's sending back some punches to keep Sunoto awake and aware, and you can see that they're having an impression on the Indonesians.
Action!
And the crowd kind of gets behind that. I think they liked a little bit of the rear,
Plenty of good
punch
work
in there.
You know, his brother Eric Kelly is an absolute expert at that. Blind punches. And Edwards taking a leaf out of his brother's book, and he's loving it. Is that a grin on his face? I'm not sure. The crowd are loving it. Just listen to them roaring here.
He's not doing a lot of damage. It's a bad angle to get the punch off of, so he's not going to have a lot of power behind it. But he's accumulating a little bit of damage, and that might be, you know, moving in a little bit ahead of, at least he's being active from this position. You know, he's trying to have some defense, but he's got to be careful because Sunoto keeps trying to slide that arm under the chin.
Action!
Having someone's back and having an arm around the throat.
I like how he locked in that arm. See how he has Kelly, you see what you're talking about earlier, Steve, with how he's going underneath that arm. He's trying to pin that arm down and lock it in with his leg.
It's all very well having this position, but Sunoto's got to do something with it. I remember Matt Hume saying that those back punches that we just saw Kelly use, that his brother has used so effectively, can really nullify this this position that Sunoto has that seems to be an advantageous one. He's got to do something with it, and Kelly turns him around.
Wow, in the body triangle, he was able to slip in to the top position there in Sunoto's guard.
No holding. Action.
Sunoto's trying to hold on there, but Sunoto's got a really active guard. He is good off his back, and now he was trying to threaten there for a triangle, but Kelly did the right thing by keeping both arms inside the legs of Sunoto.
30 seconds of this round left.
Triangle, that's it. Oh, almost. Kelly punches his way out of the triangle.
And a two-handed barrage, and this crowd going absolutely nuts here in Manila.
Wow, Sunoto's doing a good job here of really just kind of controlling the ground positions. I know the crowd is getting behind Kelly in every strike that he's throwing, but Sunoto is really able to put this fight exactly where he wants it to be.
It's a deafening roar from this crowd once they see that their man is in the ascendancy, and very respectful applause at the end of that action-packed 5 minutes.
Good first round. Sunoto had more dominant positions, but it'll be interesting to see how Rich Franklin has those strikes. Do they accumulate enough damage to give Kelly a little bit more? Rich, let's go to you. How do you think you have it?
This entire round was about ground control, what was going on the ground. And those punches, they do actually accumulate score for Eric Kelly because he's disrupting Sunoto's game. He's not doing really much damage, but he's at least being proactive and offensive on the ground. He was able to get the reversal. But at this point in time, Sunoto established good back control, was looking for submissions left and right. Kelly was looking for that straight armbar, but it's from a weak position. It would be very difficult to actually finish the fight there. At this point in time, if the fight was stopped, I would score the fight for Sunoto for sure.
5 minutes to Sunoto. But it's a fluid scenario. We don't score things round by round here. We'll be going to Rich Franklin all evening for his expertise to give us his impression of how these fights are going. 3 judges at Cade's side. Scoring fights over the entirety of their 15 minutes, 25 minutes for those 2 championship contests that are coming up later on in the evening.
Sunoto definitely controlled a lot of that first round with some impressive grappling, but now the fight's back up onto the feet, so this is kind of Kelly's wheelhouse. Let's see if he can keep this fight off the ground and really showcase some of that wushu style striking he's so popular for.
Watching with such concentration, Sunoto, isn't he? Flinging in that left leg.
But when you're dominating on the ground like that, it's still in the back of your mind. It's hard to have that selective memory where you can just forget about certain things and focus on the current activity that's happening right now, because if he knows when he gets put on the ground, he's going to be in some trouble.
That situation, Mitch, is so similar to a fight that involved his brother. I've mentioned it already, but the pertinent issue here is that the judges scored for Kelly's punching behind him, and they were looking for the person who had the rear naked chokehold or the potential to take it to actually do something with it. So I'm fascinated to see how the judges see this. Oh, left hand came in from Sunoto as he moved forward.
Interesting, Kelly initiates the clinch, has the double underhooks, it looks like, yep. Let's see what he can do with that. Now he's trying, but these guys, these Lakai fighters have really improved their wrestling. See, Sunoto's trying to break that grip by squeezing his arms together there. Makes it hard for Kelly to kind of secure the body lock. Starting to knee the thighs there of Sunoto. This clinch game is really difficult. It's also very draining on a fighter.
Knees to the thigh, but he gets taken down.
Nice, that was beautiful.
Really
he caught
was.
the knee in between his own legs and then used it to sweep Edward Kelly to end up on top in side control.
Tremendously quick thinking. All the while he was under attack.
I'm impressed by Sunoto in this fight. This is a huge step up in the class of competition that he's faced, and he's showcasing a very well-rounded game. He's doing just enough to nullify the striking while controlling the ground game of this fight.
It's a big call, but quite possibly Indonesia's best mixed martial artist with a 5-2 record.
Yuji Shimada's trying to egg on Sunoto that he's got a punch, but he's trying. Eric Kelly's just doing the right stuff by kind of protecting him just enough. Big bridge attempt here by Kelly. Sunoto saw it come and was able to defend correctly. Look at that grappling, that's good. Oh, nice reversal by Edward Kelly. I was just about to say Sunoto's doing all the right stuff, and then Eric goes and transitions into top position.
The crowd are loving this, Mitch. Approaching the final minute and a half of the second round.
Sunoto's trying to sneak around here. It looks like he's got his back, but here's that tight squeeze.
Does look tight, it's under the chin, that's for sure. How much longer can Sunoto hold out?
That's an awkward position, but now he's stepping over to apply even more pressure.
Got out of it, but took the up kick to the face, and that was a heavy blow.
I think we have seen a submission like that before. I think that's how he finished Jordan Lucas, was with that odd angle rear naked choke.
Yuji Shimada stands the two of them up, and they're back in the center of the cage.
Clean fight, come on, let's go.
Sunoto leading with the right hand, Kelly leading with the left.
Kelly seems a bit hesitant to pull the trigger here and let some of these hands or feet go, because I think he's a little bit timid about getting taken down to the ground again.
Fight.
Definitely looking for a little bit of respite, aren't they? Particularly Kelly there as he just backed off for a moment. Final half minute of the second round.
Steve, I can't tell you how much those clinch games and those tight grappling exchanges just drain your energy, and these guys are showcasing it right here.
Must be a relief. Must be a relief just to stand up.
Exactly. Who's going to be the better conditioned fighter as we approach the 11th minute here and really take this fight? Because, man, it might be pretty close here.
Well, you have high expectations that the Lakai fighter will be good for the cardio. Let's not discount Sunoto, though. Big overhand right that Sunoto ducked under as the bell rang. And another very, very interesting round.
Let's take a look here. Here's some of that clinch work from earlier. There's some good knees thrown by Kelly as he was able, but then he got caught with the Sunoto there. He was able to transition on top. Here's the scramble from earlier where Edward Kelly was able to out-scramble Sunoto and end up in side control. But then here's a pretty close up kick that happened in the scramble too, and Yuji Shimada was kind of was hinting that you can't do that. So he got a little bit of a warning there, but a very close fight so far. Rich Franklin, break that down for him.
I'll tell you, this fight's very close. It's all about the ground control right now. I still have Sunoto ahead on the ground control slightly. Good scrambles from Edward Kelly. I have a tick mark in a near submission category. I didn't actually award him points for that, but I really think that choke was a lot closer than we realized. The up kick, it would have been very interesting if Edward Kelly would have capitalized on that up kick, because I think he actually did some damage there, even though it was an illegal up kick because Sunoto's knee was down. But if he would have capitalized on that, perhaps perhaps that would have changed the direction of this fight. At this point in time, Sunoto.
You're not allowed to kick to the head of a grounded opponent. How do we define grounded? Well, if something other than the two legs are on the floor and it's weight bearing, that's how we define a grounded opponent.
So according to Rich Franklin, Sunoto's got a slight edge
Oh, good left hand. It was just a single punch,
in
but it
this
picked
fight,
him out.
and he just connected with a beautiful left hand there. So Edwards really got to shift into a higher gear here to let this fight shift a little bit more into his favor.
Again, that big overhand right attempt from Kelly.
No growing, no growing.
Yuji Shimada just looking to make sure that those knees don't go too central. At the moment, they're hitting the inside of the thigh. And Yuji calling for action.
Box.
A lot of analysts were giving this fight as a heavy favorite to Kelly, so Sunoto's doing a great job here in the step up in class.
How about that stomping on the foot, Mitch? Does that hurt?
It sucks, Steve. There's so many little tiny bones inside the foot, and a heel to the foot can cause a lot of damage.
The metatarsal in the foot, the common injury for soccer players, and I'm sure the metatarsal, yeah.
Steve breaking out the anatomy for all you viewers at home. So if you've got a biology test coming up, you are now going to know what the bones in the foot are called.
You certainly don't want to break one.
There he is, trying to throw that Lakai kick.
Oh, big knee to the head from Edward Kelly, and that sunk Sunoto to his knees, and he'll be in some trouble. Shimada, the referee, warning about elbows to the back of the head. The fight continues, though. Those punches going to the side of the head. As long as it connects with the ear, it's a legal blow.
Sunoto is hanging on for dear life because he was rocked by that follow-up right
He's in
kick.
trouble, and Yuji Shimada has seen enough. Edward Kelly improves his record to 9-3, and he does so in front of his own fans.
That was a really impressive finish there. He kept the power in his back pocket, let it go with a beautifully timed right kick. Look at this, as he sets it up, bingo to the knee to the face, drops Sunoto, and then Eric Kelly just swarms all over him with the ground and pound, doesn't let up, lets it fall like rain in Manila, dropping some big bombs to get another victory win.
Here's Dom Lau with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee Yuji Shimada has put a stop to this fight after 2 minutes and 14 seconds in the third round. For your winner, by way of referee stoppage due to strikes, Edward the Ferocious Kelly.
Big win for Edward Kelly. 2017 could be a big year for him. Plenty of Big One Championship events coming up in the next calendar year, and he will be a big part of that. We're coming back with much